Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I love hearing from you, so please let me know. It is cold today. It feels like winter, and I feel like winter. I'm kind of dragging, and I don't know why exactly. Tired, I know that for sure. But I don't know, more just kind of in slow motion today. Not necessarily tired slow motion, just slow motion. But that's okay. Tomorrow is a work from home day. I found out that there was the governor canceled school tomorrow in honor of President Bush passing, I guess. So, this project. This was a fun little experiment, and I don't really want to throw it away. I just have absolutely no idea what to do with it. The original intention was to make a trash can. Just a simple, like, narrow trash can that you could put, like, a shopping bag in for a liner. And, number one, I made it way too narrow. This is not useful at all. Number two, I guess there really isn't number two. I think that's the main problem. I think it's too heavy. I wish I would have planed this down a little bit more. This sides are straight pine 1x. These were 1x's before I glued panels together. This is actually a panel here. Here's the seam to this side. There's a seam on this side. Grain lines matched up really beautifully, so it's actually very difficult to see the seams, but there is a seam there. There's a little floating tenon I glued in there. I wish I'd have thinned them a little bit more. I wish the whole thing was a little lighter. I need to round it and stuff, but I don't know if I'm even going to do that, because I don't know if I don't know what to do with it. So I'm looking for suggestions. I have decorative grasses in my yard, and I cut some this year, and I kept a bundle that looked attractive. So I thought about maybe making this some sort of outdoor vase, which I might do just to put on my front porch or something. I might do that still, but I'm not really sure what to do with it. It is a prototype. The intention was to try this shape to see if I liked it for a future project that may or may not happen. Depends on whether the company actually comes through with their end of the deal. I've already agreed to it, so we'll see. If they do, I probably will stick with this design for the project. I'm just going to make it a much wider box, so it'll be not necessarily a square up here, but it'll be closer to a square. It'll definitely be wider, and the sides will be I don't know, probably metal, with these pieces being some sort of glued up wood, probably not pine, probably something a little fancier. There is a bottom for this. I cut it here with the correct angled tapers, so it just kind of fits in there, and because of the way the tapers work, it'll wedge itself in there and stay. I don't even really need to do much else other than that. So I could use it as something. I just don't know what it is. So if you have any ideas, let me know. But I really don't like it. I really wish I hadn't glued it together. I saw it when I was putting it together. I realized I don't like this at all. But I ended up putting it together anyway just to see. And, sometimes you got to take a failed project or two just to learn. And I've always said many, many times when I give game design advice to people who ask, don't be afraid to fail. In fact, I encourage you to fail as often as possible, because we really learn from our failures. That's where we learn the lessons that make successes happen, not successes. Successes are very hard to learn from, and that's just the truth. oftentimes there are so many factors involved in a success that are completely outside of your control that you can't repeat it, because that's just how it is. You know, there's a video on this channel, and some of you are probably watching this video right now or came here from that video, that has 8 million views, wildly successful. It's made me thousands of dollars in advertising revenue, and it gets picked up every year. YouTube suggests it. People start watching it. And it's, in my opinion, one of the worst videos on the channel. It's terrible. It's 20 minutes of nothingness. And I couldn't recreate that if I wanted to, because it doesn't, it should have never existed in the first place, but it does, and it's a success. How do I take that knowledge and try to turn another success like that? You can't. There's no way I could go try to create another long, boring video about something and have it take off like that one did. So, but I can look at all of my failures and tell you, pick apart, point by point, things that went wrong and things that could probably have been a factor. So I could tell you a million reasons why I hate this design and why this is not worth my time. But if it had succeeded, I would just say, yeah, it's just something that I made, you know? So I've learned a lot making this. I learned a lot about doing the angle cuts. I did some really unsafe table saw cuts. I'm not going to ever show that footage because it is something that I would not encourage anybody else to attempt, unless you know the risks when you're doing something as dumb as I was doing. But I didn't, at that moment in time, didn't have a better way, so I just did it. But it is what it is. It's a failure. But if you have any ideas for it, what can I do with this? Is there something that I could turn this into that would make it useful to somebody? Then maybe I'll make it, and if it's your idea, maybe I'll send it to you. How about that? So, that's what I have for today. Yeah. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing people, being my bestest friends. I really do appreciate you for it, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from History.com. How old was Marie Antoinette when she was married? Born in Vienna, Austria in 1755, Archduchess Marie Antoinette was the 15th and last child of Holy Roman Emperor Francis I and the powerful Habsburg Empress Maria Theresa. She was only 14 years old when she married the future Louis XVI.